ECOA also has certain rules regarding providing appraisals and other valuations to borrowers. First, a creditor must provide an applicant a copy of all appraisals and other written valuations developed in connection with an application for credit that is to be secured by a first lien on a dwelling. Additionally, a creditor must provide a copy of each such appraisal or other written valuation promptly upon completion or 3 business days prior to consummation of the transaction for closed-in credit or account opening for open-in credit, whichever is earlier. An applicant may waive this timing requirement and agree to receive any copy at or before consummation or account opening, except where otherwise prohibited by law. Any such waiver must be obtained at least 3 business days prior to consummation or account opening. However, if the waiver pertains solely to the applicant's receipt of a copy of an appraisal or other written valuation that contains only clerical changes from a previous version of the appraisal or written valuation provided to the applicant 3 or more business days prior to consummation or account opening, then this waiver does not have to adhere to that time limit. If the applicant provides a waiver and the transaction is not consummated or the account is not opened, the creditor must provide these copies no later than 30 days after the creditor determines consummation will not occur or the account will not be opened. For applications subject to the above requirements, a creditor must mail or deliver a written notice to the applicant of his or her right to receive a copy of all written appraisals developed in connection with the application. This notice must be mailed or delivered no later than the 3rd business day after the creditor receives an application for credit that is to be secured by a first lien on a dwelling. When an application for credit is not initially secured by a first lien on a dwelling, but then the creditor finds out later that the loan is in fact secured by a first lien, then they must mail or deliver the same notice to the applicant. However, in this case, the creditor must mail or deliver the notice no later than the 3rd business day after making this realization. A creditor must not charge an applicant for providing a copy of the appraisals and other written evaluations as required under the section. However, the creditor may require an applicant to pay a reasonable fee to reimburse the creditor for the cost of the appraisal or other written evaluation unless otherwise provided by law. These requirements apply whether credit is extended, denied, or if the application is incomplete or withdrawn. Finally, the required copies of the appraisal or valuation may be provided to the applicant in the electronic form, subject to compliance with consumer consent and other applicable provisions of the e-Sign Act.